Oh, vape. Oh. What's going on, everybody? I just dropped my bottle. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream. So, today, what are we going to be talking about? Stream's having a bit of a hiccup here. Ugh. Why, OBS? Why doth thou hate me? Alright, hopefully that should be good. Sorry about that. OBS was having hiccups, as always. But today, I want to do a little stream talking about bases and how to build your bases, and also we're going to do a live mix, so I thought that'd be fun. So, first off, let's go over what I'm vaping on. First off, I have my wife's Coolfire 4 TC100, and I am vaping on a lot of different things. I've been working on a mixed berry ice cream, which is out. I've been working on this one for a little while, actually, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty good. This bottle's steeping right now, but it's going. It's going. But anyways, let's chat about some bases a little bit. So, bases, what are good bases to have for, different e-liquids and that kind of stuff? Well, you've got your cream bases, you've got your custard bases, you've got cheesecake bases, and there's a lot of good bases out there, don't get me wrong. I've gone over my personal cream base, which is meringue, Bavarian cream, vanilla custard, and I think New York cheesecake, and one other one. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's vanilla bean ice cream. And it's something that is a good base to have, but it's better to build your own base because everyone has their own personal taste and preference, and it's better to build your own base and have it so you can vape what you want, not what somebody else wants. Because DIY is a little bit different than commercial e-liquid from what I've learned. I mean, obviously DIY is different from commercial e-liquid, but I learned a few things from JFM development about how, commercial e-juices has to attend to a wide group of people, whereas DIY attends to one person. So it's better to have your own base built up, and we're going to talk about that today. So what's the best way to build a base? Well, the best way is to order a bunch of likewise flavors. So things like, if you want a cream base, you want to get a bunch of creams, and you want to kind of go for this profile that you want. So you want, say, a vanilla cream base or something like a bourbon cream base or something like that. You want to buy those flavors, and then you want to build those flavors together. So you want to use them low, so 1 to 2% per flavor, and you want to add to those. So you'd say take 1.5 of meringue and 1% of vanilla bean ice cream to add that mouthfeel and the thickness. Yeah, we got that meme started. And you can add things in there like vanilla custard to give it more density, and you can throw things in there to give it kind of a cheesy note, like vanilla, or I'm sorry, not vanilla, New York cheesecake by Capella's, and you'll have a really solid cream base. Now, cream bases do take a little while to steep out. They're not something that just comes right away. You want to kind of let it sit for at least a week to really let it come to fruition and let it taste the way you want it to. But next up, we'll talk about, what should we talk about for bases? Let's talk about an ice cream base, because I'm pretty decent at ice creams. I've been working on them a lot lately, And this is my favorite ice cream base. So first off is Vanilla Bean Gelato by TFA. I'm gonna give this one a little sniff here. It smells really good. And this one is there to build up that ice cream. Then we have, let me find it here, Vanilla Bean Ice Cream by TFA. Okay. This one is probably my favorite cream to use. And you know, you might not think Vanilla Bean Ice Cream isn't a cream. Well, it kind of is if you use it low. You know, anything can be anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. Anything can be something if you use it low. So, you know, if you just want, say, let me find it here in my mess. If you want vanilla custard V2 in your mix, but you don't want to have that eggy note, you can use it at like 0.5%, 1%, and you can just get the thickness of it. And it's a really good thing to have. So if you don't have vanilla, if you don't have vanilla custard by Capella, pick it up. It's a great custard. So yeah, back to the cream, or the ice cream base. Next up, I would throw some meringue in there to give it an extra layer of creaminess. Excuse me. And then I would also throw in maybe some Bavarian cream to give it a really thick, rich creaminess, and it's really good. So if you want to try that out, go ahead, mess with it yourself, figure out your own percentages that work for you. On my ELR, I do have, excuse me, I'm burping a lot. On my ELR, I have a lot of creams. So if you want to check out my creams, that sounds really wrong, but if you want to check out my creams and that kind of stuff, ELR link shall be in the description of the VOD, so you can check that out. But next up, we're going to talk about custard bases. So this is not something that I have a huge range on. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't mixed a lot of custard bases because I don't have custards that steep out quickly. Well, relatively quickly compared to what I have. You know, I have V2 vanilla custard, and that stuff takes like a month to steep. So it's not something that I have a lot of. But vanilla custard is definitely a great area to start by Capella for cat. Don't even think about it. Sorry, my cat's opening the door. He's being a little rascal. But we've got vanilla custard in here to kind of add to the rich, creamy custard note. And then you can take something like Flavora's vanilla custard and throw that in there. And Flavora's vanilla custard is more on the vanilla side. It's not so much on the custard side. And it's a really good custard to have. And then we've got Capella's buttercream. Okay, this stuff right here is friggin' delicious. Here comes my cat. Get out of here. He's coming in. He's breaking in. But anyways, vanilla custard and buttercream just go hand in hand together. They're great. It's such a delicious combo to have, and I love it. So, you know, if you want a nice custard to have, definitely check out Vanilla Custard by Capella's. Definitely check out Flavora's Vanilla Custard. And check out Buttercream by Capella's. So, let me think. What else is there? Fruits. Fruits are kind of a different story when it comes to bases. You can't really build up you can build up a good fruit base that will taste good in just about anything, like creams and custards, but it's very difficult in my opinion. But for me, I love strawberry. Strawberries are my favorite, and my strawberry base is, I believe it's 4% sweet strawberry by Capella. Okay. And 2% Red Touch by Flavor Art. Now, this is just called Strawberry on Bowl City, I believe. But it's basically a ripe strawberry. And I love my sweet strawberry, and I love my Red Touch. They're probably my two favorite strawberries out of the majority of them. TFA ripe strawberry is really good too, and I like that a lot. But yeah. So I think it's about time we get to mixing. So let's clear up this area a little bit here. I didn't do this before the stream, of course, but move my scale up. So what are we going to be mixing? Well, this is actually going to be a really simple recipe. And the reason it's simple is because I wanted to have something that people can mix up and not have to go out and buy a ton of flavors for. So once I find the flavors on my desk, right here probably. Here we go. All right, so this one is Pina Colada by Loran's, okay? And then there is Hawaiian Island Punch Type by Flavor West, okay? And this is going to give you sort of a pina colada punch. It's called Pina Punch, and I like it a lot, actually. It's one of my favorite vapes for summertime. So if you like kind of sweet and, you know, simple vapes, it's a great vape. So I'm going to pull up the link on ELR real quick, and we will get to mixing. So let me just do that. E-liquid calculator. My recipe is Pina Punch. All right. So Hawaiian Punch, or Hawaiian Island Punch Type by Flavor West is in there at 4%, and Pina Colada by Loran's is in there at 3%. We're going to make a 30 ml bottle of this at 3 milligrams, so let's get our gloves on. Gloves are very important mixing wise because they keep you safe when you're handling your nicotine, and you don't get juice hands. For those who don't know what juice hands are, it's when you get juice all over your hands, and it's absolutely irritating because it stays there and you have to go wash your hands every time. So, well, not every time, but you have to go wash them once you're done mixing. So having some gloves can just help avoid that. And let me pull chat over to here. And just in case anybody says hello. But we've got our gloves on. If I can get them on. There we go. They're kind of a tight fit for me, even though I have smaller hands. It's interesting. But let's get started. So we're gonna let me bring up OBS really quick here so I can see exactly what's going on. Okay. So I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you can see the scale. Pull the tripod a little bit. Let me just adjust this so it's straight. There we go. All right. So let's get to mixing. So we'll pop our bottle on here. Turn our scale on. We're going to put the nicotine in first. So remember, shake your nicotine. Sorry, my chair is squeaking as I shake it. It's very important and vital to shake your nicotine because nicotine, when you don't shake it, contains hot spots and other things like that. And what a hot spot is essentially when you vape it, you're going to be vaping what it feels like is a higher strength of nicotine. So you want to shake your nicotine well until it has bubbles in it. I need to refill this nicotine bottle actually. Now I'm using 60 milligrams suspended in VG. And it's easier to work with in VG in my opinion, but work whatever you feel comfortable working with. And yeah, so we're gonna pop the nicotine bottle open. So we need a total of 1.89 grams of nicotine. Okay, went over to about 1.1 of a gram, so I'm not too worried about that, but let's see. next up is the flavoring. I like to do my nicotine first, then my flavorings, just because I like to get the nicotine out of the way as soon as possible. So, first up is Hawaiian Island Punch Type. This is at 4% or 1.2 grams. So let's drop it in. Now, if you don't have Hawaiian Island Punch Type, you can probably sub this for just about any Hawaiian style punch. It doesn't have to be Hawaiian Island Punch Type. Okay, I actually, in my original recipe when I first made this, it was Loran's Hawaiian Punch. So, you know, it's pretty versatile in the way you can mix with it. So you don't need to just use this one. So if you have another Hawaiian Punch Type, you can use that. But Pina Colada is pretty much irreplaceable because, in my opinion, Loran makes a great Pina Colada. So 0.9 grams or 3% is what we need for the Pina Colada. All right. Pina Colada is in. Delicious. And that's it. That's the flavors. So now we just need to add in the PG and the VG. So I'm going to add the PG first. So we need 1.89 grams of PG. Or I'm sorry, no, we need 7.15 grams of PG. I'm going to pull the scale up a little closer so I can see it a little easier. So went a little bit over on the PG, but I'm not too worried about it. And then we need to add the VG. So let's get the VG in there. Is the scale still on the camera? Yes, it is. Okay. So we need 24.59 grams of VG. It's a 70-30 mix. So let's add that in. Essentially, we're just filling this up to the top because we already added our nicotine and our PG and flavoring, so. Okay, that should be good because I want to leave a little room to mix. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix it up. So I got my Norpro. This is probably going to be a little bit loud, so I apologize if it is. But just mix it up real good. And give it a good vape. My VG is actually, I think it's a little cold, so it's probably a little bit thicker. Because my room is a bit cold. But go ahead and mix this up here. Yes, I know it sounds like a vibrator pretty much, but not much I can do about it. All right, that should be good. So let's go ahead and wipe our Norpro off. get a paper towel here. Okay, Norpro is clean. So now we just need to put a cap on it. So I'm gonna grab a cap real quick, along with a tip, and then we'll give it a vape. Try it out. Good stuff. So you can take your gloves off now, and make sure you properly dispose of these, because if you got any nicotine on them, you don't want to get it anywhere. But I'm gonna move the camera back up now. There we are. It's a little bit crooked. There we go. So there we go. We've got our bottle of e-liquid mixed up, so we can pop our tip on. It smells really good, and I'm gonna actually here. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys. There you go. So if you guys want that to mix it up, you're more than welcome to. It's a good mix. I like it. And it's a shake and vape. That's the best part about it. You don't need to steep it. So I've got, hang on. Just gotta dry that out. How's it going, Buckeye? We just mixed up some pina colada and fruit punch. This is actually a little bit of backstory for those who don't know. This was my first ever recipe that I made when I started DIY. And don't let that turn you off, because it was actually a pretty decent recipe. It's really refreshing, and it's mouth-watering for me. So if you like pina colada and you like Hawaiian punch, try this out, because it's a good recipe in my opinion. I'm not going to say it is the best recipe ever, because I don't hype my recipes. It's not something that I do. If you like it, that's great. If you hate it, I understand. It's not for everybody. Some people don't like drink vapes. I don't really like drink vapes either. So this is one that I like, so give it a try. It's a good vape. And it's great because summer's coming up, so if you like refreshing vapes, try this out. You could even throw some Coolada in there if you want. Get a little cooling effect. I'd say if you're going to throw Coolada in there, I'd do like 1 drop per 10 mil, maybe. Coolada is pretty powerful, so, you know, but... But yeah, so this is on the Goon with a fuse, or not a fuse Clapton, a Alien coil. Just a single coil, and it's pretty good. I like it. Now, obviously, some recipes need about a day to come out, and like I said, this is shake and vape. But if you want it to be as full as it's going to get, give it a day at most. So, but it's pretty much shake and vape. You know, I don't get much of the pina colada right now. But when you let it sit for a day, the pina colada is going to really shine through, and it's going to taste really good. So, yeah. But before I end the stream, I just want to talk about a few things that I'm mixing up. So, I've got a cookie right here. This is like a strawberry cookie with ice cream on top, and it's a sugar cookie basically. It's not bad so far. It's not great, and I'm still working on it. So until then, the video might not come out. But if it does, you know, you'll see it if you watch my channel, obviously. But if you don't, then you won't see it. But what else do I have over here? I have a ton of stuff over here. This one I'm actually getting pretty excited about. It's called Short Boy. And for those who don't know, not Charles Manson made a shortbread cookie, or a shortbread bar, rather. And I kind of wanted to make one like it. So this is not a completely original recipe. I didn't like take his recipe and adapt it. I made it my own completely, but I got the idea and inspiration from not Charles Manson. So Short Boy is basically a strawberry shortbread cookie. And it's smelling pretty good. I'm gonna put some Flavor Art cookie in there to really make it shine through. And yeah, I think I talked about this one already, which is mixed berry ice cream. This one's pretty good too. This is actually up right now. I'm still working on it actually, but I released it on ELR, but I don't think I'm gonna make any changes to it, to be honest, because I like it where it's at. Steep time is about a week on that one, but I'm working on it for my own personal taste, but I think it's pretty great right now. So it's a great recipe in my opinion. So and yeah, other than that, I've just been vaping Dat Donut Dough, which is donut dough. And then I want to show you guys this. This is a failed recipe, okay? Mixers fail. Okay, I want to show this and highlight this. See the dark color on that? It's not the nicotine going bad. It's nothing like that. It's because I added too much biscuit. And biscuit was a newer flavor to me when I first mixed it. And I think it's got like 1.5% biscuit in there, which is going over biscuit in general. Buckeye Vape says, I've got a strawberry ice cream cake recipe. Pretty good. Haven't released it yet, though. Been vaping it a few months. Well, you definitely should release that. And if you're a part of the JFM Development Facebook group, which I am a part of, it's basically run by John over at JFM Development. And he's got some really cool people over there. And I'm pretty active on there. So if you do release it, join that group and subscribe to John's channel, because he's an awesome guy. And well, actually, I went on his live stream not too long ago. So, if you like to have ice cream, though, I do have a couple of ice creams available. One's called Straw Stash on my ELR, and it's pretty freaking good. So I'd recommend checking it out. But if you do release it, send it to me. Send it to me on my email below, or leave it in the JFM Development Facebook group, and I will definitely try it out, because I love ice cream vapes. So yeah, and I love strawberries too. They're my favorite. So, but Mixin' Mondays bottle is still steeping. Haven't tried it. Like I said, I wouldn't. I've been really wanting to, and it's just sitting there on the shelf. So next Monday we're gonna try that out. But I'm trying to think, what else can I talk about here? A couple of flavors to pick up if you're new. Yellow Cake by Flavor West. Now, when I was on the live stream with John and Zesty said to pick up Jungle Flavors. I do not have Jungle Flavors Yellow Cake, but he says it's so much better, and I'm thinking about picking it up, because he says it doesn't have any of the fructose syrup. But Yellow Cake in itself is just an awesome flavor to have, because what it does is it thickens up your mixes. It can add a cakey note if you want cake in there. But if you want it to just thicken up your mix, drop it down to a low percentage. Awesome, Buckeye. I'd love to see you there. And, he's a really cool guy, John. So definitely check him out, because he's a really cool guy. But anyways, Yellow Cake, dropping it down to a lower percentage can really thicken up your mix. And it's a great mix. It's a great flavor to have. I just dropped one of my flavors here. And yeah, next up, let me grab the bigger bottle, is Capella's Vanilla Custard V2. Now, I would recommend picking up V1, because it steeps quicker, it's more eggy, and it's more full. But I have V2 in this bottle. And that was because when I first started mixing, I was like, oh, I don't want to vape any diacetyl or anything. And, you know, I was all worried about it. And you know, I've never tried V1. I've been mixing for a while, but I just bought this bottle, this big bottle, and you can see I haven't even opened it yet. So yeah, next one, Biscuit by Inawera. This stuff is super versatile. You can use this for a lot of things. You can use it for an ice cream cone with maybe some sugar cookie or Flavor Arts cookie. You can use it with cereals. You can use it with a ton of stuff. You can make pretty much just about anything with it. So I'd recommend checking out Biscuit by Inawera. It's very widely used. This one is really cool. This is for if you love donuts. This is called Zeppola. And Zeppola, by the definition, okay, I've been told that it's not true to the definition, but this is by the definition. It is an Italian fried pastry, and it's really good. It's what's in that donut dough, and it's really good flavor to pick up if you like donuts. So, and then there's also Wow, which if you like filled donuts, so it's got a raspberry filling, you can pick up Wow, or you can do something like taking your mixes, like say you have a mix that you want to have like a filling inside of, you can take like liquid amber or black currant and use those, and you can use black currant at a lower percentage, and you can really get that jelliness in there if you want it to. So Strawberry Smash is another great one. Strawberry Smash is great if you want a strawberry filling. And yeah, so next up is Bavarian Cream, and you can see I am literally out of this. And if you're wondering where I got these bottles, these are from One Stop DIY Shop. I don't shop there anymore. I don't have anything against them. I just switched over to Bull City Vapor, or Bull City Flavors as they're now called. And yeah, Bavarian Cream by TFA is an awesome flavor to have because it's very versatile. You can use it in anything really to get a creamy note, and I love it. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I guess really quick, let's talk about where to get your VG and PG and nicotine. So VG and PG, there's a few different places you can get it. You can get it from any vendor, really. Most vendors, DIY vendors, carry VG, but I would honestly recommend getting it from either Essential Depot or Liquid Barn, because those are the two most well-known companies out there, and Liquid Barn really does a good job with their VG. I think they add a little bit of water in there, sterile water, and Essential Depot is another great one. I don't believe they add any water. It's like 99.7 or 5% pure glycerin. So they're both palm extracted, I believe. Palm or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. So, but yeah, VG and PG to get there. And nicotine, two places for nicotine: Nicotine River, or again, Liquid Barn. Liquid Barn has, what's it called? It's Nick something, Nick Choice. I can't remember off the top of my head either. I can't remember anything today, but can't talk. Nicotine by Liquid Barn is a great nicotine source. I have My Freedom Smokes nicotine. It's okay, you know. I mean, it's not the cleanest. You get a bit of a throat hit off of it. So if you like throat hit, you know, there you go. But I'm not saying My Freedom Smokes has bad nicotine. It's just not for me. I'd like a cleaner nicotine in my opinion. But I have a 500 ml bottle of it, so I'm going to use that up before I buy more nicotine. And yeah, so. But anyways, Nick Select. Thank you, Buckeye. That's what it's called, Nick Select. Yep. Bull City and E-Cig Express are probably my two flavor vendors that I go to. If you haven't checked out E-Cig Express, my main man Zesty actually got some flavor content or one shots out. or a one shot out. It's called Cherry Necessary. Check it out. It's basically it's his one of his recipes. If you don't know what a one shot is, it's somebody's recipe put into a concentration and you just dilute it directly into the VG. You don't need to have all the flavors to mix it. You can just buy that one shot, dilute it in your VG, and you're good to go. But yeah, it's like I think they're having a sale on it right now. It's like $7.99, I think. So it's a pretty good deal. If you like Zesty Vapes, he just released his one shot, and I'm gonna pick it up on my next order and try it out. So yeah, but yeah, that's about it for the stream, everybody. So thanks for tuning in and checking me out. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button below. Click the like button. Check out Zesty Vapes and JFM Development. They're both awesome guys. And join the JFM Development Facebook group if you would, because he's got an awesome thing going on there, and you know he's a really cool guy. So yeah. But anyways, thanks for tuning into the stream, everybody. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys in Tomorrowland. Bye bye.